be still. Whenever I want is peace, peace, peace. Whenever the Lord says peace, there'll be peace. Peace, be still. Whenever the Lord says peace, there'll be peace. Peace be all. Whenever the Lord says peace, oh, there'll be peace. We all peace. Whenever the Lord says peace, there'll be peace.
You know, I always do something right about it here. You know what I do? I get that peace. The devil don't know what you're talking about. And see, what I like about that is you don't know what you're really saying.
Peace. So, I wanted to start. Welcome everybody. I am live again. Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, and everywhere online where I share my videos and my Songersation. I am Neni Carolina Chacin, and I am here to bring you singing and coaching about all the things that you need to know to survive this world right now, get onto all your strength, and get all the tools and strategies for you to move on to your life, prepare for what's coming, and be with all the tools and information to succeed. I can automate your business and optimize your life. So welcome again. I just had to listen to that song, Peace Be Still by Vanessa Bell Armstrong. I studied that solo with my director, Donnell Patterson, many years ago, and I think I performed it once with him. And when I sang that song and when I practiced with him the solo, that is the first time I felt like I was a gospel singer. And I made a recording of that rehearsal, and I was like, wow, I am a gospel singer. It took me a long time to really accept the fact, because it's not my culture, right? I didn't grow up African American, obviously. I grew up in many countries, in Venezuela, United States, and London, Europe, North and South America, and I am Latin heritage. So I was exposed to a variety of cultures and music and styles for singing and living. So being adopted by the gospel community here in Boston was the highlight of my singing life here in Boston. And that moment, rehearsing with Donnell, was a very special moment, singing that song. Maybe I'll share the recording of that rehearsal later on in a podcast. But today I wanted to talk about content creation. So content creation, why talk about content creation? I've been consuming a lot of content online on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and podcasts and library and BitChute and all kinds of things, and Twitch, and all kinds of sources, digital sources, where I can learn from top content creators. And some of them are very creative. I shared one beautiful video that Jay Shetty created for in relation to George Floyd's death, and I thought it was very creative and very poetic, and it's like music. The way he speaks, the way he creates that content. And I wanted to talk about this because, and I also was listening to a doctor podcast, Louis Hose, that was interviewing a doctor that is a very famous content creator for YouTube, and how the social media has helped him in his practice of a doctor. And I think this is very important to talk about, because these days we have this social media platform. We have a digital way in the internet to reach out to the masses through different ways. Twitter, and we have Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and we have Twitch and all kinds of things, and LinkedIn and many other social media platforms, TikTok. We have unlimited things. And I think it's very important for any profession, any business, to really start creating content. I created content for many, many, many years, not thinking about it that way, like I'm a content creator. Now I can call myself that, because I do create content every day on purpose, thinking about it as a content creation task. But it originally started because, as you know, I'm a software engineer, and I love the internet, creating websites. I've been creating my websites for many businesses since 1996, actually, and exploring different technologies and graphic ways to capture and about image marketing for online websites. And I remember getting a real Wired magazine, like a paper Wired magazine, and studying all the different visual trends that were for websites. And then I would experiment with my own website and then change it. And I created my first website for the purpose to keep my family and friends informed now that I was an immigrant. I was one of the first immigrants in my family. And I would say I succeed. I was very successful. I am successful. And I was the first one to really go out and succeed and be in the world, where I was had all the attention from them in Venezuela, where they were having a different economy and a different situation over there that was not very good. And even though my dad was a doctor and was having a middle class life, the power of acquisition wasn't good, and I wanted to show them what was possible. I wanted to keep them informed. I've always had a large network of people that I talk to, that I interact, because of being a singer. Being a singer has also forced me to create videos, create pictures, to promote the music that I do, to promote the events that I do since I was very young. Since I was 18, I would say from 18 or 17, I've been using media to, of course, physical media, pictures and everything. We would send that by mail before, right? We didn't have anything. Radio would be radio or TV. But now, after the internet was created, then I used media, and especially I was using the 35 millimeter cameras, and I would, print them and then send them and share them. But after the digital era started, I started getting my digital camera. I started sharing that in the emails and preparing the content since the very beginning. And as a musician, as an artist, it was important for me to show the concerts, to capture the videos of the music that I was creating, capture places that I knew that some people in Venezuela had never, ever seen. They'd never seen beautiful parks with flowers, certain kinds of flowers. So I wanted to share especially the nature that I was seeing up here in the United States as an adult, because of course, like I said, I grew up in North America, London and Venezuela, but as an adult, I wanted to share that with all my colleagues in computer science back home, everybody that was studying computer science, my network of followers, my fans from my music, and also my ex-co-workers and friends that I made throughout the years. So that was a way, the website, to keep them informed. And I started creating content every month since 96. And then when YouTube started, I created my YouTube channel for sharing it with them. So I started to create some personal videos. I have 2 YouTube channels. Actually, I cleaned that. There's one personal that I did. I don't really feel that one anymore, but I had really personal things to share videos with my family and to upload it in there so they would stay. And then after, the website was always there, Chacin.com. My idea was to have my last name is like the family name, and we'll have all the families under me. I don't know. I bought that domain in 96. So it's been a long, long, long time creating content. And then when Facebook started, again, was the same purpose. The purpose of creating content was to keep my family and friends informed and to post everything. And it became more and more when I when I got diagnosed with cancer, then it was more important for me to deliver content that was that could convey information about how well you can do after going through such a difficult time, such as a terminal illness, and how do you go from being one way physically working and everything, and how do you make the most out of life from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to bed. And Facebook became my platform for content creation. And because I was into that inner development, everything that I was doing, everything that made me happy, I wanted to share it, not out of, oh, look what I'm doing, you're not doing it, but more like to show that things are possible. So we have a responsibility as artists and as engineers and as business owners, not to use the content creator just to sell, because we want to make business, right? I create have my website where I offer my services as a coach, my services as a ancillary services as a software engineer for website and image and media, image creation for your content creation online, for marketing and branding. But yes, we offer our services because we can. That's my business. But it's mostly because we want to show people how can you really live life in a better way, or the possibilities that are out there. These are the choices. You can do this, you can do that. And look how well I feel doing it. And by showing the example of how you live your life, a lot of content creators started like that, just showing how they live their life. And then it became something much better. They elaborated, they curated it a lot more, and then they have really polished videos, polished audios. Then the podcast started, and then I've been listening to podcasts since maybe 09 or 10 from Ben Greenfield. I think that was the first podcast I subscribed to, and it's been a wealth of information for me. So content creation is very, very important, not just to do the marketing for sales and for your brand business and for the brand and for your business, but also because you want to show the world everything is accessible to all the world, the possibilities of life, the possibilities of peace, the possibilities of love, the possibilities of unity. Right now, we live in a world which is very controversial with everything we say, everything we do, and we get judgment. We have this prejudice for everything we do. If we do it this way, we get prejudice. We do it this other way, we also get prejudice. So there's so many biases, and everybody is on the verge of attacking. But don't have to think about that. Just you have to create some content, and there's so many medias to create content. Some medias like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they have a difference in the way they reach to people and how people interact with those media, right? So you have to really learn what is better for you, what is the best platform for you to do the content creation. Right now, there's so many tools where you can integrate. For example, when you have an Instagram account, you can link it to your Twitter, your Facebook profile, and your Facebook page, and even other accounts that you have for Instagram or other Facebook profiles. So you can, with one platform, you can actually distribute your content creation to everywhere. And the same thing from Twitter and from back and forth. You can automate, and I can teach you how to do that. You can automate Twitter to post to other social medias. You can automate Facebook to post to other social medias. You can automate YouTube to post to social media. So it doesn't become so overwhelming. If you really know one, you can really distribute to all. Sure, it's true that you don't have to, that is not optimal to use the same content for all the platforms because it's a different audience. They interact with it differently. But if you want something simple and fast, you can actually link them and use one as a distributor. I used to have all kinds of automation. When I posted here, I wanted it to go to the other one. When I posted over there, I wanted to go to the other one as well. So I had all kinds of games and played with it back and forth, and I would test it. I would test all kinds of things throughout the years. And for me, because I'm a geek, because I'm a software engineer, I like to go into the settings, go into the features, and learn one by one. one after the other to learn what are the possibilities. And I can tell you that things change very fast. You don't have to be a software engineer to learn this. Anybody can do it. And the pages are very simple and very much, they guide you through the steps to fill it up. And it's basically just filling up forms one after the other. And the forms have labels and very easy explanations. And they're very simple. You don't have, if you know how to read and write, if you know how to read, you don't need to write even, right? Just type in the computer. You can fill out all these forms and see the possibilities that you can do. For example, when Facebook started creating a shop linked to the post, then Instagram also, before Instagram was bought by Facebook, also you can link the shop from Facebook into the Instagram account, and then you can all of a sudden tag products in your post on Instagram. And I did that, and I tagged some of my programs, and that's another way to sell. So every week, every month, these platforms are creating ways to allow you to do more business, do marketing, do sales, and do branding. Another thing that, for example, is new in Instagram are gift cards. Now you can create gift cards. The stories on Instagram that have been very popular, every week something new happens in the things that you can add to stories, and you can add questions, you can add, and then the most important thing for content creation, and you can see it, and it's the reason why all these platforms are generating new things, new tools. Today I discovered I am guilty of playing 3D posts on Facebook. And I saw one post from my fellow coach, Christine Nielsen. Thumbs up, kudos for her amazing job. She's an incredible coach, business coach. And I saw her beautiful 3D pictures and it's been popular. Okay, fine. What are they doing? Is it a feature on my iPhone, or is it a feature here? So I went to my iPhone, searched it. Okay, no, it's not. So I went to the Facebook, I researched, and I saw, okay, it's a new feature on a Facebook post. I normally don't do a direct Facebook post. I do it through Instagram. So it's like, okay, so I figured it out, play with it. I liked it and I posted, and then you get reaction. But the most important thing about content creation, the most important thing is, what do you do to others? That meaning, content creation is not so much about what you want. It's about what other people want to see. So even from the beginning, when I launched my first website in 1996, it was about what my family and friends wanted to see. They probably wanted to see me doing something, seeing a new scenery, a different kind of square or a street or a building, the architecture that they didn't know, they hadn't seen in their life. So it was my job to show them something that they hadn't seen. So I was always posting things that I wasn't in it. I was posting pictures of flowers, pictures of architecture, cityscapes, lakes, city life, like how life was here. And the same thing when I moved to Paris, I did the same thing. I created a newsletter where I posted pictures of the places I was going, the things that I was discovering, the culture differences that I was encountering, and different stories. So I was creating this the whole time, and that's what real content creation is what can you create for the audience, that what they want? What can you create that it's in your life experience, in your hands, that you can see, that other people want to see? And little by little, organically, your followers will grow. If you only have, I don't have a million followers, thousands of followers, and I don't, it would be great to have a lot more so that I can reach to a lot more. But in a sense, I don't really mind, because I know that the people that are watching usually are family, friends, people that I know, people that I've encountered, and I know exactly that they care about what I post, and they are watching what I'm doing. Even if they're silent, I know that they're watching. I analyze all the things. There are also tools in this content creation platforms, and this social media platform, that allow you to do analysis and statistics, to see the statistics of who saw it, who didn't see it, how much time they spent on the videos, on the images, scrolling. And there's so many ways to create content. Just in Instagram, we have posts, we have carousel posts, we have 1-minute videos, we have IGTV more than 1-minute videos, we have stories. and we have highlights. Just in Instagram, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to create posts on Instagram, for example. And on Facebook, there's only either post or video, for example. Of course, you now have stories as well. But then there are things you can pin up on the top for people to see first, for example, that Instagram doesn't have. For example, there are many different things. There's the ways to do marketing and advertising on all the platforms is also different. So it really takes some time to learn how to do this. So you can really find out. But the important thing is that you start creating content. And the more content you have, the more audience will go in there. More audience will come. And if you have the really serious, honest, genuine intention to deliver something with value, deliver something that the audience wants to see, then you can have a reward that people are getting some value from your platforms, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, YouTube. For YouTube, I decided many years ago that I would do it solely for my music business, that I would put my concerts, that I would put my presentations, speaking events, like stuff like that. But it has turned out now to have these educational Songersation videos as well. So now I'm posting, I'm doing lives on Facebook like this right now. And I am also creating playlists where I do educational videos, like for the guide for entrepreneurs that I started before the pandemic. I put a halt on it because people needed to know more strategies and more things about many other stuff instead of getting step by step how to launch a business in a more formal way. It was a more curated way to create a video. Now that's another thing. One thing is to have a live and be a little bit improvised and know exactly what you're going to do, but have kind of a schema on your mind and then go for it and create some content and with value. But another way is to just create some videos with some information, write out some really important knowledge that you want to deliver, and then do the videos and curate it very well and then post it. Maybe you can even, my cousin, for example, I have a cousin that moved from Venezuela to Colombia. He actually studied in Boston English. Actually, he's the son of my cousin. And he is now creating little clips, like kind of movies. He wants to be a movie producer. And so he's using Instagram to do a 1-minute little clip of some idiosyncrasy of Venezuelan culture. How the men see the girlfriends, and it's almost like comedy and fiction at the same time. And I've been enjoying his videos, for example, just being creative. So of course he has to edit it properly and he has to make it. And then my cousin, his dad is acting in it, his sister and everybody. So it's really fun to do something like that. So you can do something really simple with simple tools like iMovie, clips. There's all kinds of very, very easy tools and free that you can do to do the content creation. And for example, I love Clips. Clips is an app that's free for the iPhone. And Clips I love. I use it mostly for my Guide for Entrepreneurs quick video. It takes me about an hour to come up with the content for the Guide for Entrepreneurs. And I can actually, when I do the video, I can actually record with the subtitles, and I record it right away. I put the video, and I can actually, I record it while, it puts the subtitles while I'm doing the video recording, and it's super fantastic. And right now people have the Instagram in silent, and then you can actually read what the people are saying. And it's a really good way, instead of putting an extra app to handle all the subtitles, for example. And you can edit it, and you can decide if it's up above or down below. So it's really fun, and I like Clips for my content creation, for example. And you can put stickers and everything. So it's really fast and easy if you like working with technology. Don't be afraid. But in any case, if you need some help, call me. There's a section on my website, Automate Your Success Coaching, where I have a whole section and a whole, I would say, how did I call it? It's a whole branch of what I do, which is images and how to use media and how to use audio and media in content creation. Hello, hi there. So that is what I wanted to talk about today, about content creation and what the importance of content creation and how you can be doing that. Like I said, I've been doing YouTube for many years since it started, just to share what my life was to my family that was back home in Venezuela. And then as I expanded with my tour all over the world and my co-workers that were in Switzerland and Croatia, I started sharing all the things that I was doing with my music. And in addition to my software engineering back then, to use all the social media to keep my friends informed all around the world. And then after I moving to France and launching my coaching business, and being full-time musician again, since the morning to the night, then I was really enjoying creating content and videos and posting them mostly for all my audience, and then to build an audience as an artist. And one thing that I wanted to say is, as an artist, we have a responsibility to create this content. As a coach, I have a very, very, very strong responsibility to create information and give you value so that you can actually be prepared for the things that you are facing in this moment in the world and to succeed. And as business owner, you and me, we all have this responsibility, because, for example, if you're a doctor, there's no shame of doing some social media and putting out there what you think about health and how do you approach health and what are your recommendations and how does the health world work. My dad is a doctor and he doesn't have social media at all. My mom has a Facebook and her name is the same name as mine. So if you see me liking my own things, is actually not me, it's my mom. But she stopped doing that, thank God. But she has social media. But if you are a doctor, if you are an engineer, it's really your responsibility to just share what's going on. How are you succeeding? How are you creating new clients? How are you satisfying your clients and getting a smile on their face for what you're doing? That's so important, because as you share your success, as you share your tools, nobody's going to steal anything, no ideas, nothing. It's all for the benefit of the whole humanity. We can all learn from each other. Even a person in Africa can be looking at this and learning something from it. Maybe somebody in some really, really remote place, they have internet and they can listen to this and they can apply it to their life. I have friends in Vietnam. I have friends in China. I have friends in Korea. I have friends that actually watch my videos and they are in tune in Australia, New Zealand, and all over Europe, all the way South America and North America. I don't think I have friends that watch from Alaska. Maybe they do, but if they do, welcome. And I really thank you for the time. I wanted to sing a little song. I know I started singing this song about peace at the beginning. I prepared 2 songs for you. But there's a lot of content to share. So one thing I wanted to share that is very appropriate for content creation is to sing this song called, from Stevie Wonder, I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Because when you are online, people can't take the eyes off of you. And this is so important. Just call the attention. There's no shame in calling the attention on yourself if you have something valuable to give, if you have some value and some content that you want to share. All the coaches do, all the business people do, every single business entrepreneur use social media and all the media platform to show, to share, to educate, and to elevate the humanity. So, you're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You feel like heaven to touch. Oh, I wanna hold you so much, and at long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The thought of you makes me weak. There are no words left to speak, but if you feel like I feel, then let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Da-na, da-na, da-da-da-da-na, da-na, da-da-da-da. That's what Mike would do if he were here playing a da-da-da-da-da. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm my lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust with me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you. Baby, let me love you. Anyway, that was the song. I hope that this content was really helpful for you. I wanted to make short 30-minute clips from Tuesday to Friday. And then Saturday is a wild card, is a surprise always, but it's 1 hour and where I deliver more content and more music. And I will leave you with Vanessa singing.
PVP, polyethylene glycol, books, animal skin, sheepskin, parrots,
come on,
color.
ads. I'll leave you with Vanessa. They all shall, obey, obey, thy will, peace, peace be still, peace, peace be still. There'll be peace. There'll be peace. Be still. Whenever the Lord says peace, there'll be peace. Peace. There's confusion. There'll be peace.
You have peace.
Peace. Oh, oh, peace. There'll be peace. Oh, oh, my Lord will bring peace. If I don't have anything else, I got peace in my heart. When there's confusion, when there's turmoil, there will be peace.